What's up, fish tank people? Oh yeah, bringing it to you on a Sunday, baby. How's everybody doing? How are my fish tank people doing out in fish tank TV land? DustinsFishTanks.com, getting a sexy little makeover coming. Hopefully by the beginning of 2014 you will see some beautiful action going on there. I'm really excited about what's going on there. Definitely go on to DustinsFishTanks.com and check out the 6 winners of the Dirty Tank contest. Real excited to have those up there. Looking good. Leave them a comment. Folks got game. It's Sunday. I'm excited to be doing a video. I'm locked inside, like locked up, like I'm just a prisoner in here with an ice storm going on. And I'm, trapped with the kids. I'm from Northern Ohio. This is like a glitzing to me, but everybody in Lexington's losing their minds. There's no one on the roads. Whatever. I would be out playing. I wish there was actually some snow instead of just ice, but that's whatever. I can't control that. So, I was in the Dustin's Fish Tanks page on Facebook the other day. You definitely want to go there and give me a like and get on there if you're not already, because I do about daily updates on my tanks on there. And I just asked, what do you want me to talk about? And I got a ridiculous amount of questions that people wanted to know. And I'm going to try to address some of those today. Also, I just want to know straight up, what do you all want to know? What do you want me to do videos about? Put it in the comments now. Let me know what you want to know, okay? And then go to Dustin's Facebook fan page and check that out. Dustin's Fish Tanks on Facebook. Check it out there. Big old thing. I'm going to try to address some of those. I'm also thinking about doing a Q&A Tuesday where I just sit and go through it and just bust it out. And just, wow, here's what we got. So, some stuff going on. I could have the tank all polished up for you, but I decided that last week I was keeping it real, so I'm going to keep it real with this, and I'm going to do you a little update on the 220. I'm going to show you what's going on today. Got a lot in store for you. I've got a couple of species I'm playing with. I've got an update on the 220, and I've got a big old fish for Species Sunday, because I know you guys like it when I talk about fish. So, got a lot going on here. Let's start with the 220. So with the 220, we got some things going on here. Obviously in the middle of doing a big old water change. I'm rocking about a 40% water change on here. That's how I roll, folks. Dirty tank maintenance, you want it, that's how I do it. I removed the lotus that was down here, and I will take that siphon and hold it down right next to where I'm removing the plant, and then suck all the extra dirt that comes out to try not to trash the rest of my tank, okay? So that's how I do it. Get your siphon up, put it down right next to the plant, or stick it around a driftwood or something, and roll like that. That's how I do that. I want to show, I got some dwarf hair grass in here, and I'm going to tell you folks, I'm not going to give this plant my blessing in a dirted tank without CO2 until I can get it rolling myself. People have asked me about that, so I'm just kind of messing with a little bit of it. By the way, I got that from Oliver Knott in these sick little, like, what's that called? Tissue culture things, and he gave it to me. Oliver Knott's a world-renowned aquascaper, if you don't know who that is. So Oliver Knott gave me those. I let them sit for 2 weeks actually in this cool little tub just to see how long they'd last in case I ever want to be selling them myself. But I'm going to try that out. I've also got another species over here, a Pongigiton ovasis growing. They call them Pongiton bulbs. This plant gets ridiculously huge. This isn't the Species Sunday on it yet because I've only had the plant for like 2 weeks, but it's insane. It grows ridiculously fast. I've got one here, one over here, one back there, and a couple other in the back there, but it's got the real like crinkly leaves. And the ponchons, I haven't kept them in quite a while. I'd love to know what you all know about a ponchons. I know they need like kind of like a breather, the ovasis does, but it came right out of a bulb, which is pretty cool. Loves the dirty tank substrate though, just absolutely loving that. And I've got the algae on the glass. I want to talk about that too because I come down here, by the way, the CO2 tank is not running, let that be known. There's no CO2 in this tank. I got the timer down there and I flipped it on, so I left it on, and I came downstairs and it's a crappy feeling. It's like, great, I left the light on again. So I left the light on. I've been playing with my own fertilizers. I've got my own iron and my own potassium up on Aquatic Jungles. Check it out. But what I've been doing is I've been adding the iron. Well, I add iron and then I leave the lights on. Well, that's a no-no. So then I got a little bit of algae on the glass. You can see it here. You can see it up on here. And that happens when you leave your lights on an extra 12 hours. Use timers, folks. Use timers, use timers, use timers. Please use a timer. Like, it's just so critical. Just get them on a set cycle. So, use a timer on that. That's important. I've got the Apongiton. I'm trying out that. I moved the lotus. I left the lights on. Added a little bit of sand over there. So that's what we're doing. I'm also excited. I got this wonderful little ad in Tropical. You can't really see that. Dustin's fish tanks in there and TFH, newest TFH. Who would have thought what type of substrate to put in a planted tank? And then I got my ad right next to it. So definitely go check that out. Excited about that. Excited about the Bose Monty taking a big dump right in front of camera. That's great. But it's Species Sunday, so I want to talk about. Actually, you know what? Before I get into Species Sunday here, I'm gonna go back tripod action on you like this. Before I go into Species Sunday, I want to tell you all what I'm doing here. I'm trying to get together with more of you fish tank people. So I'm working on a big old database of all Aquatic Jungles customers, the people who bought the Dirty Tank Guide, and just everybody's info that I got. And I'm calling you up, and I'm going to be calling a bunch of people here. It's exciting to do it. It's fun to do it. I get to talk tanks all day long. But my goal and my secret master plan is this. I'm scheming where we're going to do the next meetup, and I want to know where you want me to come to and do it and just throw it down and just talk tanks, set up tanks, dirt tanks, plants, you name it, the whole thing. I want to do it. I want to meet y'all face to face because I need the social interaction, okay? So that's what I'm trying to do. So be expecting that. I'm really, really excited about that. Calling you up. Let's get to the species, shall we? Okay, folks. So I have a 125 upstairs. Sentimental stuff coming here. Sentimental stuff. I'm trying to be the Johnny Appleseed of the planted tank, in case you haven't noticed. And my boy Jackson set up a 125 in college, and he had it with a bunch of cichlids and everything. And one of the big old fish he had, it's not a cichlid, he had was a Chitala, I believe is how you say it. Chitala, I don't know. I call him a clown knife. I don't know if y'all have seen these. Clown knife. Species Sunday, clown knife action coming at you. All right, look. The fish gets huge, okay? If you're in Athens, Ohio, and you went to Ohio University, there's a place called the Beach House up on the hill off Richmond Road, I think, or whatever street that is. It's been too long. A lot of brain cells killed during that time period too. But they had a clown knife in there. They got in a tank. That sucker was probably 30 inches long, okay? They get ginormous. They're from Southeast Asia, India, Indonesia, that area, okay? I have no idea how they will do in a planted tank. I would love to know if you have one. What's ridiculously cool about the fish is they sit here and the fish comes by and they go pow! And they just have this like crazy, like fast tail flips down, nails them thing. My boy used to feed his nothing but rosy reds, and it got expensive. You never got him trained on the pellets. I know you're supposed to train them on the pellets, and that would be my recommendation. I'm actually not a big fan of feeding live fish in general. That's an entirely different conversation. So, yeah, clown knives get huge. They're on like a Florida species list. They're in Florida. They're in like some lakes in Florida. They've caught them 31 inches long there. And that's a big another conversation as well about releasing fish not native into native waters and having them actually go. So clown knife, pull up a clown knife when you're fishing. How crazy would that be? But get huge. You know, live feeder. I don't know how they do in a planted tank or whatever. For my opinion, they get way too big though. 31 inches, folks. Come on. And then people release them or put them into a pet store or whatever, and then the fish just has a terrible life. So I'm not a fan of them. If you got a monster tank, go for it. But let me know what you know about clown knives. They're egg layers. They can breathe a little bit of air from what I've read. And they're just pretty sweet, like crazy colored fish. I wouldn't recommend them for a planted tank. I wouldn't recommend them just because they get so big, folks. They get so big. So that's a little Species Sunday for you. I hope your NFL football team is doing well today or will do well today. I'm not going to watch the Browns, by the way. I'm just not going to do it. After last week's one, I'm just not watching. Sorry, it's just too painful. I have to make these videos. I have to be excited. And I can't do that if the Browns have played and lost and then I have to make a video. That's just like suicide. So not doing that. Welcome new subscribers. If you like what I am doing, hit the subscribe button somewhere up on the top of this video. And yeah, have a blast with your tank. This stuff is exciting. Have fun with it. Tank on! Later!